Hi, and welcome to Hard at Play, Roommates Gaming's bi-weekly video game focused podcast. I'm your host, Justin. This is Eric, and that's Josh. I'm here to talk to you guys about video games.
You did it backwards.
I know, I did it on purpose.
Okay.
I just wanted to catch you off guard. Yeah, you did it backwards.
Congratulations.
It worked.
You got me.
Oh shit, I got away.
Yeah, I know. I was like, all right.
That's exactly why I did it. See, last week on The Sausage Tray, our other podcast that goes up on opposing Fridays, we threw you guys off by having Eric announce the episode, and now we're throwing you off by having Eric go first in the naming convention. See, we're back after a 3-week hiatus, and we're just getting crazy with things. Woo. So yeah, we thank you guys for being patient and holding out while we were gone for 3 weeks. Everybody was sick. The world was falling apart. World's still falling apart, but we decided to do this instead.
Are we the right distance
No,
away from each other?
that is not. There's not enough distance there to fit a llama.
Now, it's funny because, you know, we're doing this now. I'm looking on camera for you audio listeners, and it looks appropriate on camera.
Yeah, it looks kind of
Yeah,
appropriate.
perspective makes it look a little bit better.
Perspective,
Yeah.
but
Oh, socially distanced?
yeah.
Is that what you were talking
Yeah,
about?
I'm
No. Oh, God, no. No. That went over my head. No, we should still be extremely spaced apart. You should be, like, over there, and you should be, like, 3 houses.
That's because it's Eric.
Yeah. You work in retail. You should be far away.
I should not be around anyone.
Appreciate it, Eric. So yeah. Now that we're back, we want to talk to you guys about some fun stuff. Of course, we want to talk about the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X specs that came out last week and thankfully decided to be dropped right before we got back into doing the podcast. We want to talk to you guys about Nioh 2 that these guys have been playing and Animal Crossing these guys have been playing. But before we do that, I want to remind you guys again, we put this up every other Friday on YouTube, Facebook, everywhere. You can find us on twitch.tv/roommatesgaming, Twitter, Instagram. You can find us in our Discord where we talk to all of our friends and fans about random stuff. We enjoy talking in there. In fact, most of our chat nowadays, we don't even do privately. We just have open conversations in the Discord.
Yeah.
Which is fun. We like you guys being a part of that. Also, you can find us audio on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, everywhere. Thanks to Anchor, not Cloud, Anchor. Yeah.
Shout out to Anchor.
Shout out to Anchor. So, with all that being said, did I miss anything? It's been 3 weeks.
No, I think besides that, links in the description. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe while you're at it.
Yeah. Smash that like button.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I did miss something. Nioh 2 gameplay with Cameron came out this past Monday. So check that out because it's Eric's favorite game. So my understanding, because I wasn't there, my understanding is that Eric gets to just humiliate Cameron repeatedly, which sounds fantastic.
I think I was taking it easy on him actually.
Yeah,
I felt kind of bad for him because, boy, he was bad.
Yeah,
I think the character creation disarmed all of us.
Oh yeah.
So when we watched him play, we
didn't know what to do.
Yeah, we were just like, what the fuck?
what was the Dark Souls 3 that we did? It was Dad Dadderson or Bob Bobberson, whatever the hell it was.
It was a nose. That's
Shark
what he,
Man.
He was
Yeah.
a damn nose. That's what it was.
So we got that, and next week it's Thief Part 2.
Part 2 Thief.
All right, check that stuff out. It'll be a lot of fun. Go check those videos out. Like, comment, share those as well because we need that. No shame on our game. Now, since we talked about all that, we want to talk about these very handsome PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X specs for the consoles that are supposed to be coming out this year if COVID-19 doesn't have anything to say about it.
Yeah, from the way that they were talking about, like during the PlayStation one, they sounded like they still were planning on the holiday of this year.
PR from Sony after that, in like the past 3 or 4 days, they've said, no, we're still hitting holiday this year. That is our goal. And they don't seem to be wavering off of it.
Coronavirus mic'd backstage. I'm gonna let you finish.
Kanye's gonna come up and steal the mic. Corona Kanye. Oh God. All right. So a quick rundown. We'll start with Xbox Series X because this was announced first. The CPU is an 8-core, 3.8 gigahertz custom Zen 2 CPU from AMD. The GPU is a 12 teraflop 52 CU at 1.825 gigahertz custom RDNA GPU. RDNA 2 GPU. Let's see here. 16 gigabytes of DDR6 memory for the Xbox Series S. And 10 gigabytes at 580 gigabytes per second of memory bandwidth. 6 gigabytes at 336. This is a lot. Let's just go back to the port stuff. Internal storage is a 1 terabyte custom NVMe SSD hard drive, or solid state drive rather. The expandable storage is 1 terabyte card slot. It is proprietary expandable storage memory on the Xbox Series X, which is interesting.
Yeah, like little
memory cards.
Little memory cards.
We're going back in time.
Going back in time.
Yep. External storage support is USB 3.2 external storage. It does support HDDs. Let's see here. And it's got a 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray drive. So that's pretty impressive on paper. That is a lot of power in a small box.
Yeah.
That is more graphical capability than most current market graphics cards.
Now, what would be really neat is if instead of having, or not instead of, but alongside the option of having an Xbox UI, if I can sideload
Windows
on it.
like
So it's
straight
just
up
like a
Windows.
home little PC.
Yeah, because there are compact PCs.
Yeah, I mean they're
About the size of an Xbox One S.
You can probably break it to do that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, like the Xbox Series S is the Xbox Series X is pretty much a PC.
Yeah.
Just let me load up Windows on it and do actual computer stuff with it. That'd
It'd
be
be
cool.
kind of neat.
Yeah, turn into a TurboTax machine, man.
Yeah.
Good with that stuff.
Don't give me an entertainment system.
Well, that's where they went wrong last time.
Give me a gaming console that can also be used as a home computer.
Last time they gave you a last time they gave you a media console that could also be used to play video games.
Yeah.
So these are really good stats. Again, we've talked about this before on previous podcasts. If I can do it on PC, I'll probably do it on PC. If I can do it multi-platform, I'll probably play it on PS4 if it's a console game that I'm looking forward to.
Mm-hmm.
And all the Xbox exclusives are coming to PC. So
Yeah.
for me personally, I don't hate the console. I'm not a Sony fanboy, but there's less value for my personal money in putting forth to that console if I can just play those games on PC.
Yeah, like coming from someone who actually really enjoyed his original Xbox.
Oh yeah, OG Xbox was the shit. I loved it.
I love that thing, and I love the Duke controller, that big fat thing.
I love the Duke too.
But I mean, we got big hands, so we weren't the ones complaining about it feeling weird now.
What do you mean you can't reach the black and white buttons, you bitch?
Yeah, what a small, tiny hand, man.
Trump hands.
But who is still to this day would argue the 360 is probably one of the best consoles ever made. So you're like, oh, he's an Xbox fanboy, but I'm not really an Xbox fanboy or a Sony fanboy. The only fanboy I guess I could say is Nintendo. But I mean, that's just a classic. They're in their own league, playing their own game, just making games for whoever wants to play them. So they're not even really in the competition.
They don't even try to compete.
Yeah, well, but I also really have liked Sony. I like the PS2. The PS3 is trash. Not until it got the slim version where they fixed a lot of their issues. That's when it was good. And luckily, that's when I had the PS3.
I had the OG.
Yeah, the nuke reactor.
Yeah, the $600 fucking
George Foreman
80 gig bullshit. Yeah,
and then and I love my PlayStation 4, but it's not, in my opinion, it's Microsoft's fault for making me never want to buy one of their consoles, but not necessarily because of the Xbox One. The Xbox One was garbage, and their whole marketing and making that thing was not good, and it didn't get good until the X, which is really bad for the X came out like 2 years ago for your line to only get good. I mean, but like I said, the PS3 had their problems up until the Slim. That's when it got better. but because of Game Pass, I don't need to buy the Series X. I've got a really good PC that I edit on and play games, and I can run my games like full max. And I've got a 2070X NVIDIA, and I run shit great. So I don't really need to buy an Xbox Series X. So like, I think for like as long as they keep doing Game Pass like on PC and Xbox for the foreseeable future, I'll never really need to buy an Xbox, but I'll still be giving them my money because I'll be buying their Game Pass because I'm currently buying their Game Pass on the PC, and we played one of the games on there. When we played Munchkin Quest, it was because of Game Pass, and I started playing Indivisible, which is made by the same people that made Skullgirls.
Yeah.
It's a really fun game too. But yeah, that's how I play Forza. That's how I play any of the games that I have in recent time that even is like specifically Xbox exclusive. I've gotten to play it because of Game Pass, and they still getting my money, but I don't need their console. I'll go to Sony, who only has their console to play their games on, except it does seem like they're slowly trying to put their exclusives on the PC, which is kind of neat. But I still would rather have a PlayStation and then use Game Pass to play all the Xbox games and then have Nintendo's console. And that way I only have to buy 2 consoles and then a subscription on the PC. And it works for me. Like all 3 of these companies are getting my money, and like I'm not really complaining, but like the Series X, like I'm not going to say, because I'm not a fanboy against either of them. Yes, the PlayStation 5 is a little more underpowered than the Xbox Series X, but I don't care.
It's stupid faster though.
It's very faster, but the rest, the power the Xbox has, the speed the PlayStation has, doesn't really bother me. The only two things I really care about is speed and how much like memory you get. Different type of memory. How much storage you give me. And unfortunately, the PlayStation 5, which we'll get to when we get those specs, are a little disappointing. But I mean, hey,
yeah. I think this Xbox is really where Microsoft is trying to put that divider out. It's like, okay, yeah, like Game Pass is for everybody, but the Xbox isn't. Some people do want to play on PC. Like the Series X is designed for people who don't want to play PC, because I know I grew up playing games on PC, right? I mean, I played all the Baldur's Gates. I played Lord of Destructions for so long with Diablo 2 that I cannot even remember how long I played that
played
game.
Original Pirates. I played Doom.
Yeah.
Wolfenstein.
Sid Meier's for fucking years. Yeah. Sim Coaster, all that good shit. Like
Warcraft. Not World. Actual Warcraft.
Yeah. I played all the old Warcrafts. I played WoW too. And I did say Sim Coaster, not Roller Coaster Tycoon. Sim Coaster is better. Don't at me.
Sim City, Civilization, Total Empire.
Diablo
a
2.
lot of RTSs on there.
Yeah, I was about to say, RTS.
Yeah. See, like
what a fucking RTS.
I grew up playing PCs. Me and my brother built them. My brother primarily. I know you grew up playing with PC too and console, but so I'm that weird person. Like sometimes I just want to sit on my couch, right? And that's where the Xbox Series X would grab me. Probably not as a day one purchase, but down the road after some price drops or whatever, I'd consider that or whatever less powerful version they put out. Because if I was looking for power, I'd go with a PC. If I was looking for just something where I could sit back, relax, and play, it would be whatever living room console is. And my living room console for exclusives and multiplats is going to be PlayStation, just because the exclusives pull me that direction, right? Like you were saying, I don't need to buy an Xbox because I can play those on my PC, which for people that are watching, I'm alluding to, which is behind the camera.
It's just over there.
Yeah, it's over there. But I don't think it's a bad console. For the people who aren't like us that don't play on PC, the Xbox is a really good option for where to play those games. And I got to say this, like you were saying, the 360 is one of the best consoles ever made, hands down. The controller for the 360 is it's one of my top 3 controllers.
Yeah, it's about perfection.
Yeah. Now, the Xbox One it's too big, too clunky. I don't like the responsiveness on the buttons. It's just the way I feel about it.
Same.
Right. But from what I've seen with the Series X, that controller is smaller than the Xbox One. It's larger than the 360. And if you put the three of those generations of controllers in a line and actually compare them, it looks like it's right dead in the middle of those two where you would want it to be. But with grip feel on the triggers on the back and the kind of rounded off in a certain way, like everything about that looks like I'm going to enjoy it, which is weird because I have not been that way at all for the last.
It might be one of those ones where you just buy the controller to use when you're playing PC.
Games. I have a feeling that's what's going to happen because I have an Xbox One controller laying over here that I use for PC gaming.
Yeah.
Right. Especially when I'm playing GTA on PC, it's weird, but I'm like this. When I'm driving, do it with a controller.
Yep. And then when you shoot, go to keyboard. Same.
Yep. When I'm moving around the city, it's keyboard and mouse. First person keyboard and mouse. But as soon as I get in a car, controller.
Yep. For the life of me, I just cannot stand driving with keyboard and mouse. It feels so weird.
It does. It's so odd.
I always feel like I make a way slight mistake, or
it's because you can't fine tune.
Yeah, you can't fine tune, and I always feel like I'm making overcorrection way too much. And that
the problem with using the keyboard to drive is that you have 100% input. That's it.
Yep. And that's like when using mouse and keyboard to like drive in GTA and shoot at the same time. Nope, it's fucking pointless. I can't do it. I look like a monkey having a stroke on my computer. It makes no sense. But you know, like I'm saying, like the Series X is for people who want that kind of power performance but are not getting a PC and that don't care about Sony exclusives, which a lot of people don't. Now, I would say to those, I'm not telling those people they're wrong. I'm just saying you guys are missing out on some.
Everybody has their opinion.
They do.
And they could be wrong because there are some really good exclusives that you're missing out on Sony for being a fanboy.
If you
either way, if you're an Xbox fanboy or a Sony fanboy, there are good games on either side.
Yes, you're missing out.
Unfortunately, Sony can't make a driving game. Xbox or Microsoft can. The Forza series are like the best racers. Either regular or Horizons are some of the, if not the best racers.
Yeah.
What doesn't make
Horizon,
sense?
if you want a nice arcadey driving game that still has some realistic feel to it, it's the best. And if you want an actual like heavy sim, you go with regular Forza. And if you just want a hella stupid arcade, then obviously you go Need for Speed. But Need for Speed hasn't been good, since like the mid 2000s.
What's crazy to me about Xbox has the market on driving sims is that for the longest time Sony had the market on driving sims. I don't understand how Gran Turismo
lost how it went downhill.
Yeah, because like I remember spending endless hours in like Gran Turismo 2.
It's a super sim. Like Gran Turismo has always been a super sim, and
I mean, so is regular Forza.
Yeah, I was going to say, so is Forza, but Forza is a lot more user-friendly for people that are not that into car adjustment. And I think that's what hit with Forza. They're like, we can make this as in-depth or as bare bones as we want to make it, and the player can make that decision. And then they did the brilliant thing and make it a yearly installment. Mm-hmm. And they just rocked it from there on out. And
the alternating.
Well, yeah. Like, now that they have Horizon, they alternate. But you get a Forza every year. Which one it is depends on which year it is. But
we should get a new regular Forza with this new console. Because Horizons 4 came out last year.
Good God. Oh, man. I'm sorry. You just got me really happy.
Well, Josh, you're aware of my universal statement for racing games. Justin, I don't think you're aware, but when the new Forza comes out, if it doesn't have a Toyota Supra Mark IV in it, it's not a good game.
Well, I mean, I I have a very strict opinion on racing games, and that is there's Midnight Club Dub Edition and then everything else.
Hell yeah.
I mean, Double Edition was pretty good.
Hell yeah.
That's just the way I am. Like
I love being on the bike and you can look back at you.
Now, it used to be Need for Speed Underground 2, but then
Underground 2.
Dub Edition was just God, that game is so good.
It was so good.
Underground 2
It's
made
so
me
arcade.
Underground 2 made me appreciate like that kind of tuner car culture.
Yes.
It also made me appreciate some songs I didn't think I'd ever appreciate.
You could decorate the covering for the speakers in the back of your car, the speaker box, and it was crazy. But yeah, I mean, that's fun to find.
You know what's really good about Underground 2? It had Toyota Supra.
It did have a Toyota. I mean, so did Midnight Club.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, they're great games.
Both really good driving games.
Fantastic driving.
Some of the best, I'd say.
So maybe one of these days, Microsoft will get their heads out of their ass and make a game that's maybe Sony will pull their heads out and actually partner with Rockstar to bring Midnight Club back, because that's a wet dream.
I just don't understand how Gran Turismo is the way it is now.
Right.
Sport's pretty good. It's
all right.
It's really fun in VR. It made my dad throw up.
See, because I played the demo of Sport when it came out, and I was not impressed at all. But that mainly had to do with that was after Toyota pulled basically all of their car lines. Yep. So there was no Supra, which means I was disinterested in ever progressing in that game.
Like there's no car.
There's no car I can buy. So
I traded in Sport. I don't remember why I did it, because I actually really enjoyed that game. But yeah, I think that's, I don't know. That's a really interesting point. Like, Xbox has to deliver really good titles with their console, and if Forza is one of them, they're going to sell on that.
Mm-hmm.
They need more than that, though,
because they're going to need more than that. Is also supposed to come with this console too, which will sell
day and date launch. Announce Fable.
Because like I don't want to beat on this too long, but because we haven't even talked about Sony stuff yet, but we haven't. Microsoft hasn't had a lot of exclusives, from even, yes, I played all three, but like I said, Game Pass on PC. And before they had a specific Game Pass for PC, I actually had the regular Xbox Game Pass on PC that wasn't for PC. Now I have the one for PC. It's weird.
I'm gonna have the Charlie thing up here.
Good old
Josh trying to explain Xbox.
See, they had a regular Game Pass.
Carol.
Good old marketing webs.
But I like that they made their own an Xbox Game Pass for PC, because they are also adding only PC titles. Like you can play one of the Age of Empire games. You can play certain games that are only on PC with the Game Pass, and that's really fucking cool. But they have had a big lack of exclusives. I mean, people are still, Gears of War. I haven't cared about Gears of War since 3. That was the last good one in my opinion. Or 2 was the last good one in my opinion. Though I haven't played 1 since 3, and I did not like it. So I've just been disinterested in Gears.
I will say I haven't played through them, but 4 and 5 are great games. I haven't played through them, but man, they feel fantastic when you're actually playing them. But
you got to make me care. You ruined it. At 3 just broke me. I was like, nah, this game's trash now. The story sucks ass. I loved 1 and 2, and then 3 came out and I was like, oh, this is neat. Nope. I got to a little bit half past midpoint when I was just like, some don't feel right. I don't think I like this game. And then I beat it and I was like, no, I don't think I actually like this game.
It never got better.
It didn't. It never felt like it got any better, which sucks because 2 was my goddamn jam. Yeah. Even 1 was my fucking jam.
Yeah, I know I don't care too much about Gears of War because I don't remember a goddamn thing about any of them. I know I've played 1, I know I've played 2, and I think I've played 3, but I can't tell you anything about any of those games except that Carmine dies.
Big muscly men that shoot things, man.
Except in 3, he's saved. He gets saved.
I think.
Oh yeah, I've completely fucking forgot.
They had a campaign. Carmine dies or live.
I don't think I've played 3. Now that I think, because I remember now that you're saying that, I remember that about it, and I don't believe I've ever played it.
That's an interesting point. Like, and again, I don't want to dive. We can do this on another podcast, but I just want to make that point. Xbox.
That's what I was getting at. They have bought a bunch of studios, so they better be like bringing it, because like Sony doesn't own like that many comparatively.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sony has Guerrilla. They have almost.
They have Insomniac.
They almost but have Kojima Production.
They have Naughty Dog.
They have Naughty Dog.
Sony Santa Monica.
And
all their own in-house,
all their in-house, but like, you know, they have Ninja Theory now. They have Double Fine. They have the Coalition 343.
Did they buy Media Molecule?
Who?
Media Molecule, Little Big Planet, Dreams, that studio.
I think that's theirs.
I know it was third party. I don't know if they actually bought them. I think they were going to, though.
They may have not.
Yeah, I don't know.
But like Xbox had been buying up a bunch of studios so they can make more exclusives. I just want to see them actually make those games.
They need to make them, and they need to perpetuate them, because that's the
Sucker
thing.
Punch.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, Jesus Christ, Sucker
But
Punch.
I was gonna say, like, Sony has studios, but like they have not gotten nearly as many as like Xbox is buying. They've been buying up a lot of indie studios too, because Xbox is just like sucking off on indies.
Yeah,
like
ID at Xbox.
They are very into indies, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But like, it's been a while since I've been in indies, because when I was into indies, it was like right at the tipping point before everything was an indie game, and I was just like, I'm overwhelmed with how many indie games there are to play. I'm just out of the game now.
And that's what it is. Like,
before it became impossible to find a good indie game.
Yep. Steam, Xbox Live, and Nintendo made it really easy for indie developers to put their games out there.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Xbox is buying all these studios, and Sony's acquired a few. But the ones that Sony has, they have a legacy with. They bought Insomniac finally, but they had Ratchet and Clank. That's something that's been there for a long time.
And
Sucker Punch, you have the infamous title. Kojima, you have a lifetime of fucking material there.
Yeah.
And like, you still have Nathan Drake. Now you have the Uncharted franchise with Naughty Dog. Crash. Spyro's multiplat. Crash is multiplat now. But Sony has those that you were talking about. You're surprised Gran Turismo was not a major title, or that it fell from grace compared to Forza. And that's the thing. You brought that up as a point because there was a legacy with Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
There's a legacy with Sony having those games.
Gran Turismo used to be the driving sim, the racing game. Like not even simulation, not even arcade. Just that was the game. Like everyone pointed to when you went, what's a good car game?
Yep. And that's the thing. Like they let the time go there for a long time, and Xbox took it. But I think if Sony keeps pushing games out there like they're currently doing, Kratos, yeah, like
God of War,
yeah, you got God of War. You keep putting those mascot games in the foreground. There's familiarity. People are going to come back. Xbox, like, where is Blinks the cat? You know what I mean? Like where is Voodoo Sam or Voodoo Joe, whatever his name is? Like all those games that could have been mascots, they just are gone.
They got Master Chief. That's all there.
They've got Master Chief. Now, granted, the last one didn't land too well. The only one on Xbox One didn't land too well. A lot of people with Halo 5.
Yeah, 5.
But
people somewhat like the multiplayer.
Yeah.
They were like on and off again multiplayer.
Yeah, Halo 5 had a weird multiplayer community.
They did not like the single player story.
Single player, not that good.
Yeah.
And 4, that did it in for me. When I played 4, I was just like, nah, I'm good. The only good thing about 4 is your multiplayer. I'm sorry. Please stop. Just give me Reach 2. I know the planet's destroyed, but just give me Reach 2.
If they had just somehow taken off with Reach, I would probably be a Halo fanboy.
Infinite,
but they didn't. They went back to Master Chief, and he's boring as hell to me. Infinite
looks good. The little bit they've shown of it, you don't know anything about that game. I'm I'm excited to see what they show of it. But that's what I'm saying. They're bringing back Master Chief. They have Forza going. They need more continuity like that. Scalebound could have been that.
Yep.
Fable is that, and they've let Fable go.
Yep.
Like, you fucking own Rare. You've owned Rare for 10 years. They can make bomb-ass mascot games. Not all of them are fantastic, but they're very enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's basically my sales pitch with Xbox. I love the system. I look forward to the console coming out. I look forward to playing those games on PC.
There's a very good, and I started with this and I will end with it because I'm 100% serious about it. There is a very good chance I would buy an Xbox if it loaded Windows. If I can have my console that I really won't play that many exclusives on it. There's not really an Xbox exclusive I'm that into other than Forza, but I like Horizon more than I like the regular sim just because I don't like a hard racing game.
I was going to say, I get tired of regular Forza quicker than I do Horizon.
Yeah.
Because Horizon
there's a lot more personality in Horizon.
Because Horizon gives you more options and more to do.
Yeah.
But like, you can obviously play through your career in regular Forza or just tune a car and you try to make it as good as you can make it, which is part of the appeal of regular Forza. Is like, since it's so simmy, you can go in and adjust all sorts of adjustments. Even in Horizons, they add but it's not as detailed as it is in regular Forza. But like, that's another appeal to it. But like, I'm not that into that part.
Yeah, is the arcade game, like arcade car part. That's what I like. So
so that's why I prefer Horizon because I've played like regular Forza since 3 or 2.
Yeah,
one of those two. Either 2 or 3.
I think I've played since 3.
Either 2 or 3 is the first one that I played. But I always got to a point where I'm like, I'm just kind of bored of this. But at Horizon, I'm like, fuck it, I can just get into a car and just drive around this world that they've created. Where regular Forza, it's like you drive around this track.
Yep.
But
Nurembergering for 4 hours.
So like there are games for the Xbox that I would like playing.
I'm just excited to see what they'll do now.
Yeah.
Now that they bought a bunch of studios.
And with the chance of getting a lot of really interesting exclusives, it might be cool to have an Xbox for me. But I'd rather have a decent PC that I don't have to make space for on my already cramped gaming station. So to just have the Xbox and the PC bundled into one thing would be fucking awesome.
I'm excited they bought those studios. And again, we're getting ready to get off the top. We've jumped on Xbox for a long time now. I'm excited they bought those studios, but I'm also remembering they closed 6. Was it 7? They've closed at least 6 studios that Microsoft owned in the Xbox One generation. And that's what scares me because they put the money in for Scalebound. They put the money on Lionhead, and they closed both those.
Well, Scalebound was Platinum.
Yeah, it was Platinum. Who the fuck was it? It was
Platinum
the other one.
Technically still owns Scalebound.
Yeah.
So if they wanted to, someone could. Yeah. I really would like Nintendo to buy Scalebound.
That's the same situation with...
Scalebound looked like it was fun.
It's the same situation with
I was really interested in
Overdrive.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But Sony, if they wanted to, could make another Sunset.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't be too hard. They would just have like, all right, we buy Sunset name and we have that now. Which would be really cool.
Yeah. That's the one thing. Like I don't want Microsoft to close those studios because they have a different plan later on, which is what happened before. But
for the most part, both Sony and Microsoft have been doing like the thing where they're like, yes, you technically are making the game for us. It is our game, but you still, it's still your game.
Yes, they're still the publisher.
Yeah. But even though, we may own you, like specifically for like, Santa Monica and Gorilla, like,
which is the way that should be handled. The people who made the game should own the game.
Yeah.
Or own the rights to the game.
It's like when you're a kid and you're mowing the lawn for your parents. You did the work. It's your work. You can brag about that, but you did it for them. Yeah. That's basically what it is. All right. So after talking about Xbox forever, we're here. We're supporting it. We might be going different ways on it, but support the console.
I'm not gonna it may seem like like I said, I've liked the idea of that new model, that like I said, the phone model, the Xbox Series X seems like it's gonna be neat, but it's not for me.
Yep.
I'm glad for people who are gonna get it because I've got a good PC.
Yep.
I don't need that console because they have Game Pass.
Microsoft is for you. That console is not.
Yeah, Microsoft's still me. They're gonna get my money, but I'm not going to buy their console.
Right. So, PlayStation, where we all are three, are probably going to spend the money here.
Oh, I will 100%.
Buy PlayStation 5.
100%. All right, we don't even talk about this.
It's the only way I'm going to get to play those exclusives. So.
Until PlayStation gets on their game with they have they're going to do for Death Stranding. I think that comes out in the summer. Zero Dawn has just been released for PC. Until they start doing that more, I have to buy a PlayStation.
Both of those are built on Decima and were pretty much optimized for PC while they were being built for PlayStation. And Herman Hulst has said, we're not doing this with every title. This is just something we're doing with a select few. And I'm happy to see the ones that are coming to PC go to PC.
Because I do think everyone needs to play Zero Dawn because that game is fucking awesome.
It is incredible. Fucking robot dinosaurs. That game is remarkable.
And then Death Stranding, regardless if you think that it's controversial or whatever, it's still a fun game, and it's Kojima. I mean,
people should experience that game.
It's an experience.
Yeah.
Whether you like that experience or not, it's still a good experience to have.
I agree 100%, even though I have no intention of playing either one of those games.
You've witnessed...
I've witnessed them both in fairly decent detail.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's not like I don't like the games. It's just I know I won't have nearly as much fun as other people would. So I'm just not going to waste my time.
I would love to see Naughty Dog games come to PC. That would be fantastic. Keep Kratos on PlayStation though. Just make people buy that console for him. No, I'm kidding. I'd love to see that on PC too, where it could be optimized. You could slow it down. Fucking breaking that game with photo mode and everything would be so cool. So the PlayStation 5, its CPU is also an 8 Zen 2 core processor with 3.5 gigahertz, slightly less than the Xbox Series X.
Oh no.
It runs at 10.28 teraflops, which none of you know what that word means, so it doesn't matter anyway. Has a 16 gigabyte GDDR6 RAM as well, just like the Xbox Series X does, except its RAM is slightly faster. Memory bandwidth is 448 gigabytes per second. It has an internal custom 825 gigabyte solid state drive. We'll talk about it in a second. Yeah, I know. I'm the same way because it's proprietary and it's custom made by Sony.
Yeah, they made it.
Yeah. So expandable storage, it does accept NVMe SSD expandable memory, just like the Xbox has on board internally. Again, the expandable memory or expandable storage on Xbox is proprietary memory cards. Sony said that you can use aftermarket or third-party solid-state drives, but they have to meet their criteria
that they're not going to tell us about.
That they haven't disclosed yet.
And then after that, that's going to be a process. It may not be until 2021 that we know which solid states can fit into their.
I guarantee they'll announce that over the summer to third-party developers, and we'll start seeing those, like you said, 2021 when they actually become commercially available. Yeah, but I mean. So you're not proprietary, but damn it, you're close if you have like your own personal. Now they said solid state drives will work, but for them to take advantage of the speed capacity for the PlayStation 5, it has to meet their standards.
And it has to be an M2.
Yep. External storage, it does accept USB or USB hard drives. And it also has the 4K UHD Blu-ray drive.
It'd be really weird if a Sony PlayStation did not have the thing that they created.
Yes, it'd be very.
We're
odd.
actually
Unless they're making a new.
we're actually going to HD DVDs.
Yep.
That's a step back.
It's really funny. Like when you think about it, the PlayStation 2 was a lot of people's first DVD player. Like it was mine. It was
mine.
And the PlayStation 3 was my first Blu-ray player, and that was just incidental. I didn't even fucking realize it until I had one.
I still don't own a Blu-ray player.
Yeah, like PS4.
I don't.
PS4.
I've never watched a single movie in it. It is not a Blu-ray player.
When I brought my PS3 home and hooked it up and everything, a friend came over. I was playing games, and he's like, "Did you get any Blu-rays to watch on it?" I'm like, I didn't even realize that. I totally just didn't think about it. And we went out and bought Kingdom of Heaven and Blow and Phantom of the Opera. Watched those 3 movies over and over again on Blu-ray. So yeah, like on paper and in practicality. Oh, another thing that's not listed here is the 3D audio in the PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
Which they did take a little bit of a dig at Dolby Atmos in their presentation and say that it's not capable of doing this. And Dolby's like, nah, that's bullshit. Like they called it out like 2 days ago and said that some of the things Sony said were not accurate. But I think if 3-dimensional audio works the way that Mark Cerny in his wonderful, wonderful, calm voice explained that it does, I think it has the capacity to be amazing. But I'm not going to say that I'm impressed by it until I actually hear it in practice. Like, it's one of those things like, I believe it when I hear it.
Yeah, honestly, the way that he was like talking about it, it doesn't feel like it's going to be as good as it can be until a few years later, where because you know, like they said, like he was saying, like there's only a small selection of those hearing profiles that they have that they're using, and the goal is to you be able to. I think, like he was talking about, you can actually at launch you'll be able to choose between like 2 or 3 different ones, but they're hoping that eventually they'll have a lot of people to be able to map out, because they were like, you know, maybe you can send us, you know, picture of your ears. Yeah. We'll do like an audio test, and then that audio test will help us make it better, which is really neat to like have a evolving sound experience as the console goes through its lifestyle. So like maybe 2 years later they have a much wider like range of different audio profiles or hearing map profiles that they can use, so you can get one that fits you perfectly, and you'll be like, this game sounds so much better when I'm using this one. If I use any other profile, it doesn't sound as good. And that's actually really kind of cool. And the fact that you can get 3D audio, like the point of one of the main reasons of it is they wanted you to be able to get 3D audio from any sound input. So
that's the thing I'm skeptical about right there.
Like surround sound, headphones, or TV stereo, and that seems like that's a pretty cool idea. Like you can do 3D audio from straight on, but like he did say, he's like from a specific direction while you're looking at the TV will you get the 3D. So I mean, that is skeptical, because you're probably gonna have to find the right spot in front of your TV to go, now I hear the 3D audio, because now my ears are getting it the right way, which normally you could sit anywhere and be like, oh, it's still hear the game.
I think finding one of those generic profiles that work for a vast array of people, like putting out, you know, maybe 10 generic profiles for people to select from, right? That's a good solid number with different options, 8 or 10. But if we get to the point where it's like, all right, I've sent my picture into Sony, and a week and a half later, they send an update to my PlayStation with my audio profile. Number one, that's really sweet. But when you come over to sit on my couch and play games, like, why the fuck does this sound weird?
Like, what the fuck's weird?
Exactly. Like,
yeah, there should definitely be a universal.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I think is kind of odd about the profiles portion. Now, I mean, I'm going to be honest, I don't know jack shit about it. I was fascinated during the presentation. I'm not in a place or a position of any sort of knowledge to say, I disagree with this. I'm fascinated to learn more.
It also sounded like that was an option. You could play normal audio, or if you wanted a better experience, you could turn on the three
Yeah.
audio
Yeah.
profiles.
It would definitely be-
between a few of the ones that they have.
that would definitely be something that I would only use if I was planning on playing like with my headphones in or something.
I was
like
about to say that, like, now when I'm playing a game for an experience, I'm gonna sit there with my headphones on. I'm gonna enjoy the fuck out of it, right?
I hope that means the headphones that come with the PlayStation are not just a one-piece earbud like the shitty ones from the PlayStation 4.
They will be. They might be too, but no, like
Do we have the option of actually having our own Bluetooth audio device this time?
do I look like I fucking work for someone? Like, do I look like I fucking work for someone?
Poor choice of shirts.
But yeah, I'm red. All right, so I don't put it past Sony to give you a basic ass headset again, either one bud or one earmuff, and then sell you the gold, the silver, the
I
platinum.
mean, that's how it
headphones.
normally works
That's how it works.
for any console.
Yeah. Now, I'm not gonna fucking complain about my Astros. I'm not gonna complain about. Those are great fucking headphones. Like I would love to get a set of A50s, but I'm not going to spend the money on it right now. Mine work great. You can get aftermarket headphones that work fantastic, and depending on how those sound profiles are set up, I guess they should work.
Yeah.
I'm skeptical about the profiles being generic and being suited for multiple people, and like 3-dimensional sound coming from a sound bar, which I understand. Like, again, dumbing it down because I don't have a firm grasp on it, but effectively pitching the sound further away than making it sound like it's being projected straight forward, like having it.
Also, people who have hearing problems in like one ear,
Yeah.
pretty sure that's going to throw off 3D audio.
Yeah. I know. I actually know a handful of people that have like audio depth issues.
Mhm.
So, I mean, yeah, it's different for every person. It'll be interesting to see how it comes out. I hope this is not a gimmick that Microsoft or that Sony sinks too much time and effort into, and it does not
Work out.
benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it doesn't work out, that's fine. Because I mean, we all remember PlayStation Home. Like that shit didn't go anywhere, and they put a lot of effort into things. I just want it to pan out in a respective and appropriate way, and don't sacrifice the console itself at its core. Now, the 3D audio is cool. The speed of the PlayStation 5 is the thing that I'm absolutely amazed by. Like the way they remapped how information is transferred and transmitted through the motherboard and into the recurring RAM. Like that is fascinating for just that process. And it works for what they did, right? You don't rely on the way it's always been done. Push it in different ways to boost the hardware. Now, the boosting of the hardware, if you rely on a teraflop count, is still less than the Xbox.
Yeah.
I mean, how many teraflops does it take?
Exactly.
Get to the center.
And I think Cerny was pretty straightforward. Like, this is going to look good at the beginning of the life cycle. Toward the end, 5 years later, when more visually impressive and more heavy games are coming out, you won't see the same benefit as you will right now. That's fair to do forthcoming. And I think it is also appropriate for us to point out that this was a GDC conference. It was not a fan press conference.
It's not for consumers. It's for the
If you
other
it's for
companies.
developers.
It's for other companies to
Developers
take interest, investors,
Mhm.
people to go, yes, we would like to give you money to make things for you. So
that's
it
exactly
wasn't
what it's
for Joe
It's
Blow
it's
going,
to get the industry.
where's the console?
Yeah.
Chat.
It's
during-
you don't get to see no box, nothing, no gameplay. It's not for you.
It was for,
It's for the
GDC.
industry.
Yeah, they even said it at the beginning. This
Yes.
was
It's to
our
get-
CD, the GDC. This was our GDC presentation.
But like I said in the Discord before it all started, the fans are always going to be pissed off. They're never not going to be pissed off. They will always find a reason.
Yep.
Yeah, the three comments were boring, ZZZZ, Xbox better.
Yep. And that's all it was.
Then I was just like,
This isn't for you. Yeah. This is just for hardware.
for you.
Turn it off if you don't care.
Yep.
Turn it off if you don't care. turn it off if you don't care.
No, they do care. They do care about saying that Xbox is better because for some reason they've been told, "Hey, you have a vendetta against Sony," and they're like, "Okay, that makes sense."
I never understood console wars.
No,
It
like
never makes
enjoy everything.
the idea for my as far as I can remember, like I've always had both consoles since Sega and Nintendo. I've had the Genesis and the SNES. I'm like.
At the Dreamcast and the N64.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck's if you have more consoles, guess what you get to do?
Play more games. Yeah. Play more games.
But the games on the other console are stupid, and why would I ever want to play those?
You're narrow-minded and dumb because I have loved Halo until 4 and love those games. Loved playing them with people. Loved playing I always played since 1 had played Halo on Legendary, either by myself or with people. Because the game's fucking fun as shit. It's Sony. I've played Crash and Spyro since I was a little kid. Love those games. Granted, they're multi-plat now, so but God of War 2018, fucking an awesome game.
Thank you.
It is an amazing game. Gears 1 and 2. Great games.
Yep.
So they both have great Fable. Love those games too. They both have great franchises. Forza, they both have great franchises you can play on both consoles. You know what you could do. Just get over your dumb self and just play both of them and go, oh, cool. These games are awesome. Or you're going to sit there and look at my face and go, so my Marvel Spider-Man that came out last year or 2018 sucks because it's a Sony game. Boy.
Also a Sony line. Trademark Sony.
Boy.
The controller and the UI, those things don't work for me. They work for other people, but that's why I play games on Sony mostly. Not to mention my PS5, my PS4 Pro is remarkably faster than my Xbox, right? But again, like we were just saying, this sounds like Series X sounds like a great console. Mm-hmm. Go get it. If you go get it. We'll play those games on PC because it's the same infrastructure. It's the same setup. But
I don't have to buy money.
Yeah, I don't have to buy money.
I don't have to spend money on a console that I don't need because I've already got I have an editing PC. Yep. That thing is built to be strong as fuck because it needs to edit in, Premiere and all of the things that I do in Photoshop and stuff like that. And I also am a gamer. So when I was building it, I was like, well, I want to make sure that it also has good things for my gaming so I can do both.
Yep.
And NVIDIA has a little neat thing now. I think it came out last year, but you can actually switch between their gaming drivers and their editing drivers. It's kind of neat, but you have to basically re-download them each time you want to switch.
That's weird. It's not like a BIOS.
Yeah, I was really hoping you could just turn it on and off. They could be like that, but the simple structure when you're looking at it in the GeForce Experience thing, when you click on it, it just goes, okay, install the.
I feel like if it was going to do it all the time, it'd have to run that in the background, and that may be why
you have to tell it to go, no, install the new one, overwrite the old one because we don't want you to be running two different graphical programs at the same time, even if the other one is dumbed down right now.
With coming back to this, with the next generation of consoles, one of the biggest things that I'm concerned about, because I'm not worried about graphical fidelity at all anymore.
I stopped caring about graphics in the 360 era.
Yeah, when we saw Gears of War 4 gameplay footage, and we saw Uncharted 4 and the other games with 4, like God of War, when you saw those games previews and shit, I'm like, all right, well, that's it. We don't need to go any higher than that. We're good. What matters to me now. Load times matter to me so much.
Yeah, but before we started the podcast, I was saying to Josh, you were out doing family stuff, I think, but I was telling him, if it's an actual loading screen, I'm willing to be pretty patient actually. But if it's like an open world game or something like that loads in real time and there are no buffer. If it has to buffer something and things just start popping up in my view distance. They just start popping fully rendered into existence. I don't want to see that. I'd rather have a loading screen. I'd rather sit there for 5 minutes than have things just randomly pop into existence.
Man,
I don't like loading.
I don't like loading, especially when I die. Because when I die, I'm mad. And two things I hate are being bad at something
And have to wait to.
and then waiting.
Yeah.
I hate traffic. I hate places with people. Like, I don't like waiting. And good God, when I am playing a game and I do something stupid and I step out of my way and I get smacked the fuck down for it, and then that loading screen pops up and I'm just sitting there watching something spin in the bottom corner.
Just sit there.
I just get mad because I'm stuck in traffic.
Yep.
You know, I'm madder by the second. I like,
So it's funny to me because I have the opposite problem. When the loading screen pops up, that gives me a chance to calm down, think about what I did wrong, come up with a way to not do that, and then get back in.
see, I don't have a second to breathe because I'm just like spewing expletives about like whatever
Yeah,
just
like,
happened.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
If it's your fault, God, I'm stupid as shit. I
No,
did
man, I
not see
never
that.
saw, like later. I'm like, it's my own damn fault. But right there in the moment, it's like, fuck that guy. There's no way he was in my hitbox. It makes no sense. But I know full well what the truth is. I'm just like usually Dark Souls. So the PS5 does look faster, and that's what has me excited about this particular system is seeing how smooth it can do things. Now, if they can get PSN fixed where that is not slow as shit, because for whatever reason, even with my gigabit internet, it's super slow to get things downloaded, updated, whatever the case is. But I'm looking forward to both of these in their own respective way.
Yeah.
I think we all are. I think all of us here will probably buy a PS5.
I mean, I'm interested to see what the new suite of Xboxes will
I want to
have to offer.
Yeah, I want to see game announcements. That's the big thing I want to see.
I'm like I said, I'm still not interested in buying one. It's mostly from a money standpoint.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But
It's a lot of money.
but also like I'm not a PC. I mean, I would be a PC gamer, but again, from a money standpoint, I'm not going to own a PC.
Right.
Not a PC powerful enough to play new games well.
But if you can buy one of these boxes, that
But if I
plays
could buy-
what you want to play,
Yeah, but if I could buy an Xbox and get a passable, fairly powerful PC attached to that, even if it wasn't, even if I couldn't do like, even if it wasn't like a full suite of Windows, it was just like a very boiled down Windows thing that would allow me to play PC games, and maybe even only PC games that are available on Xbox Game Pass. Just cause I'm not buying an actual PC, and I could totally understand them wanting to limit me. But if that were the case, I'd be like, I mean, I don't want to afford it, but I'm basically getting two consoles at once here. So yeah, I think I can find the space in my wallet.
figure out a way to work it.
Yeah. But buying an Xbox and then buying a PC and getting both of those experiences, I would never do it. I would just buy the PC and have 90% of the Xbox there. But I can take that one step back and say that with my PS4 and my Switch, that's like 90% of my gaming already. I don't see the point in spending money to fill that 10%.
Right.
So,
Absolutely. All right. So now that we talked about consoles for what is really a long time, I'm surprised.
Oh yeah, we passed an hour on that one.
Yeah. Like we've been here for a minute. Let's talk about Nioh 2.
Quick review for Nioh 2.
Quick touch on Nioh 2.
It's fun.
It's fun. Pretty hard. Not too hard. Like you'll get mad, but you'll not get that mad.
It's Weeb Souls.
It's
Damn,
Weeb
he
Souls.
really is making this just a quick review.
I mean, honestly, there's not much to say about.
I
like,
mean,
Do you guys enjoy this more than Nioh 1?
yes, hands down.
yeah. Oh yeah.
It is literally when we were talking about.
It is
what we-
literally everything we wanted out of the
Yeah,
sequel.
when we were talking about what we would want in a sequel.
Well, not everything.
Well, we were talking about everything we'd want in a sequel. We were talking about we would want the campaign to be played 3 players because their in-game mode that they added, the Abyss, is 3 players. It's up to 3 players. But what we wanted was not dedicated, but like in campaign, you could play up to 3 players. We got that. They basically added everything that was in the game from 1 that was at the end of its life cycle after all 3 of their DLCs. That was in there. They improved some of the mechanics and skill trees, which was one of the problems. because at a certain point you kind of stopped getting skill points for weapons, because those are tied to samurai points, and like after a while you kind of stopped getting proficiency in them.
Your only way to get more was to switch weapons.
But now samurai are its own things. Each weapon has its own skill tree that levels up as you play with that weapon more, which is how it should have been. It's great. Magic and ninjutsu has been like overworked, added new skills, and they basically can be done by themselves. And until we get the end game and know what it's like, because I think we're only halfway through the game. I think there's 7 chapters, and we're on 3. I think we're almost done with 3. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the mission we're on is the last mission for that area.
So we're halfway through the game. Yeah, it feels like Nioh 1, but better in every way.
All right.
Yeah,
Like,
I think
so far I haven't seen anything that like I'm like, oh, they changed this from Nioh 1 that sucks. No, it's just
I think the only thing either one of us really like miss from Nioh 1 is the living weapon ability, which is like your like super mode, I guess would be the right way to say it. But the super mode you get in Nioh 2 is just fine. I mean, it works. It's interesting. It gives you a lot of options. It's just we both really liked the living weapon, just being able to go, okay, well now I've got a flaming sword, time to destroy you.
Right. Yeah. You get those power ups and go to town. Yeah.
But the you basically get a devil trigger in Nioh 2, which is neat because there are 3 different types you can have, and they all do different animations. But you know, the universal, everyone has a living weapon. There's nothing different about your living weapon other than what weapon you're actually using. Was nice and simple and easy.
All right. So I never played Nioh 1. I got it on PlayStation Plus, but I never actually played it. So would you recommend skipping Nioh 1 and going straight to 2?
if you wanted to buy a game, yeah. If you wanted to just try Nioh, then just play the free one.
There's not
if I didn't have it free and say I had to spend $20 on Nioh, would I spend $20 on Nioh or just go out and buy Nioh 2?
I would spend $60 on Nioh 2.
I would just buy Nioh.
Is that big of a difference?
I was about to say, if you didn't have them for free, and let's say Nioh is its normal price right now, which I think is still $40 or $60 for Nioh 2, I'd spend the extra $20 and buy the new one. But since you have free, if you want to try Nioh, play Nioh 1. Go play Nioh 1.
Your experience on Nioh will, if you played Nioh and liked it and wanted to get Nioh 2, your experience on Nioh is going to carry over greatly to Nioh 2. There's only going to be a few major differences, other than like your skill trees are going to work way different. And like I said, your super mode is different.
Right.
But as far as like actual gameplay and like how the game feels, not much changes.
Curve.
Yeah.
Not much. It just feels a little smoother.
Yeah, a little smoother.
Like,
cool.
Is one of the, like, to some people it may be different, but to like us, it basically just feels like better Nioh. And I don't know if because I haven't even looked for reviews, because I knew I was going to get Nioh 2. There was no questions if it was going to be good or not. Luckily they had 3. They had an alpha, beta, and a last chance demo. We played all 3 and we're like, yeah, this is just Nioh 1, but better. And so there was no reason to look for the information. We were just like, no, we're going to buy this game. It's going to be good. Mm-hmm. So there was no arguing, and it could be different from other people, for new time players or people who played Nioh 1 and are those people weird people who are like purists. They're like, I don't like sequels and play it. But
lucky for them, it's a prequel, not a sequel. But then
he's
also
made his point.
Semantics.
He's made his point.
But then also the purists who are gonna like it's not Dark Souls, so why would I play a game like Dark Souls?
If you want to play Dark Souls or Sekiro.
But if
Sekiro.
If you like Masocore games, you're gonna like this one.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
That's good.
All right. So how many yokai out of 10?
11.
No game's perfect, Don.
11's not a perfect score. It's flawed in every way.
Well, because you're wrong, because you went above 10.
Yeah, exactly. It's flawed in that it's better than perfect.
Nice. All right. So, very similar to Nioh 2, Animal Crossing.
Yeah, pretty similar. I mean,
All right.
Almost, I mean, it and Doom and Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
When I think of games that are alike, those 3 games.
Yeah, they
come-
fit in
yeah.
perfectly.
Yeah.
So I've been playing the shit out of Animal Crossing, and I've seen you've been playing it a fair bit.
Yeah, because
What day did you get it?
I got it on Friday, but I don't think I actually got to play it on Friday. I don't think I started playing until Saturday.
Gotcha.
I started playing on Saturday. This is my 3rd day playing it.
You have so much fun stuff to look forward to, like your museum coming and everything.
My museum is ready.
Is being built.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I have houses. I've been to 3 other islands now, and I've gotten. They haven't showed up, but I've asked them to come join my island.
Have you built houses for new villagers yet?
Like the brand new villagers.
The ones that will be coming to your island.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Because like I said,
Spoiler! Yeah.
I talked to the I just asked them, and everything in this game is like, not that it's a bad thing. You have to basically wait real lifetime.
Yeah, it's a whole day.
So
just
like,
time travel.
guys, I just went to those islands today, and I asked those people to come to my island, so they won't call Nook until tomorrow, and then they'll be like, "Oh, guess what? You got new people coming in your island."
So if you don't go to different islands, and because it gives you that ticket, it's like, hey, go check shit out.
Mhm.
If you don't go to other islands, they'll still come. Like, I don't know if the same number end up coming, but they'll still come to your island. But one of the developmental parts of the game is, and the old ones didn't do this. Like in the older games, people would still move to your town, right? Or creatures would still move to your town. But this one, you can go out and meet people, and you can invite them. So you have like a curve over who gets to come, right?
Yeah.
So you can be selective. But this game lets you just choose where their house is going to be.
Yep.
The old ones didn't do that. The
Nope.
old ones are like, yeah, you wake up one day and then fucking Todd has moved in like on the other side of the woods.
Ruin the aesthetic of my town.
Oh my God, dude, that pissed me off so much. Like I had this nice, beautiful view from this ledge down to this creek, and now this dick puts a house right here. And
Yeah, 'cause this isn't my first Animal Crossing.
yeah, dude, the old ones are so good too. But this
New Leaf was my first one.
New Leaf on 3DS.
Mhm. And like I had seen other Animal Crossings be played, but I'd never played them myself. New Leaf was my first one, and that one's got even more annoyances because you're taking care of the entire town because you're the mayor. And so
They took the babysitting out.
so you have a lot more mayoral stuff to do.
Yeah.
So when a townsperson gets up, you're like, motherfucker, you about to get the fuck out of my goddamn town.
Yep.
I'm about to kick your ass out if you don't
Yeah.
straighten up. I hate your dumb giraffe face. Get out of my town.
I think Josh might have some experiences he's still working through.
Yeah, this was actually just on the car ride over here. I'm playing 3DS.
No, I think there was a specific giraffe in New Leaf that gave him some guff, and he did not like it.
I had
thought-
two villagers in New Leaf that I
Was
just
one a giraffe?
absolutely just fucking hated.
I thought New Leaf was okay, but like OG Animal Crossing, of course, that would be Animal Forest or whatever it is on N64. But the GameCube Animal Crossing that we got in the US was fantastic. I loved it. And now playing it as an adult, it's like I told you guys the other day, I had to buy 3 copies of this game, and I'm gonna have to buy a 4th.
One to
because
play,
now-
one to keep in a box and look at, one to mail to a friend, not for him to play, just for him to keep.
just for
It's
him to keep
him.
and look at.
His 2 sons
Yep.
and his wife.
Yep. My wife, who doesn't play video games, is now like, hey, there's a coral colored Switch coming out next week from Nintendo.
I
Switch
can't.
Lite.
I can't wait to come over and hang out one night and just see your wife sitting in the chair with with the daughter in her arms and just playing with the controller, like laying on her lap, like she was with Let's Go.
Motherfucker, you should have got here 15 minutes early because she was in that chair for a couple hours, just like laying back. My daughter's asleep on Courtney's chest and her just hold the Pro Controller playing. I reminded her of the episode of Big Bang Theory where Penny gets hooked on MMOs and like she has like Cheetos in her hair and shit because that's all she's doing. But no, we
Kind of reference Big Bang here.
Yeah,
It's a good show.
the
So
one time. Yep.
It's a good Chuck Lorre show. So.
yeah. I didn't watch anything after like the second season of that show. So we're having a lot of fun with it. We're playing it a lot in this house. So me and my kids, we're going to each other's islands and checking things out. I am an absolute dictator over my island that my wife is playing on, because ever since they announced Animal Crossing, I'm like, you're gonna love this when you finally see it and play it. This is gonna turn you into a video game person. And she's like, I don't know, I don't get into games like that. I'm like, I know, but this one you will. Like Pokemon, she did, this one you will. And I told her, I'm like, but this one's different. I get my own island, and every Switch gets its own island. So every user shares the same island. I get to do whatever I want with it. Don't fuck it up. Like, I was very clear about it. And like when the first day, I'm like, here, you can play. She's like, cool, I'll check it out and see what I think. And I'm like, all right, over here and over here. These are the two spaces that I've cleared out, and it's okay for you to put your house here, right? Just don't put it over here. She's like, okay. And the only part she heard was don't put it over here. Like focusing in on one resource area. She's like, I can put it anywhere on the map besides this tiny little space. So she puts it on my coastline where I'm trying to build my city, like into the front of the coast. Man, I was just like, you fucked up everything. I love you. You ruined the aesthetic of my town. I'm like, I can move it later, but it's much later. I got to get to that point, and then it cost me $50,000 to move your damn house. It was hilarious. But yeah, now my daughter, who's 2, we've created a profile for her on the Switch and just gave her a Joy-Con so she can play like the 2-player co-op and just walk around with us. Local play is weird. I love this game. I think it's the best Animal Crossing by far across all of them. I like the additions they did to it. I like how some of the systems changed. I don't like that it like put Minecraft and Zelda together. You have to make tools and they fall apart. I'm not a huge fan of that. I understand it, but it gets a little annoying for resource management. I also don't like the multiplayer. I was interested in that, but the local same console multiplayer is pointless. Like it's really pointless because the second player can't access their inventory. They can't talk to people. They can't do it. They can't actually carry items. They have their tools that they can switch through with a single button, which means if you accidentally pass the tool that you need to get, you gotta go all the way through that reel again. And if it's like, it's only one direction. So if you're say you need your ladder and it was the previous tool, that sucks, dude. You gotta go all the way through that reel to get to your ladder. There's no going back. So that's unfortunate. But apart from that, I mean, the game is a lot of fun. I never really thought of it as a multiplayer game anyway.
Yeah.
I've never thought of Animal Crossing as multiplayer. I think being married, having kids, it's a fun aspect to add to it. And it is, it's entertaining enough to get in there, jump around, and us play together for a little bit. But ultimately, like, this is a single player experience for me. This is the town that I want to run. But we're having fun where I divide it up like, okay, I'll take half the resources or 78% and I'll let her get the rest. And she's having fun. She just wants to decorate and do exactly what I knew she was going to want to do in that game, and just like dress up her house, dress up her character, all that good stuff. And like me, I'm running the town, talking to Tom Nook, finding out what he wants me to do, being his right-hand man, developing the cities, furnishing these apartments or furnishing these houses, getting new people to move in, going to different islands and traveling around. But
yeah, I think like the main appeal for the multiplayer is the online, where you can visit your friends' islands and you can do stuff together. Yeah. Which, because I think you and your friends can then go visit one of the like deserted islands together. So that way you can easily worry about your inventory stuff, or you can both be able to tear down stuff, which seems fun. Just to like, hey, let me come check out your island, hang out a little bit. Oh, this is pretty cool.
Oh, let me kill you.
Because when you're in your friend's island, you can't actually fuck with their stuff because they're smart.
Yeah.
Because people would just be like, I'm just gonna move this slightly to the left and see if he notices.
So I
walking by like, what the fuck's wrong?
I haven't played. I haven't played any Animal Crossing, and New Horizons looks fun, but I have no intention of buying it because I still maintain I'm buying 4 games. I'm buying 4 games this year.
3 games.
No, it's 4.
It's 4.
Nioh 2, Final Fantasy,
Persona,
and
Cyberpunk.
And Cyberpunk. Those are the 4. I'm buying those 4. I always have to remember.
Ghosts. There's.
I don't know anything about Ghost that makes me interested in it other than it's a samurai game. That's all. I'm gonna need to see a lot more before I care. But there are games that every time I say I'm gonna buy 4 games this year, I always go, unless these games come out earlier than I thought they were going to, and then they might get added to the list. But it looks super fun. But to be perfectly honest, New Horizons is really gotten on my nerves since it came out because my Twitter is literally just full of Animal Crossing tweets.
Fuck yeah.
Yep.
And what's weird is I have the sneaking suspicion, and this is gonna sound fucking batshit. I have the sneaking suspicion that I'm getting so many Animal Crossing tweets because I follow Hideo Kojima.
That makes sense.
I have seen so many Death Stranding Animal Crossing tweets that I want nothing to do with either one of those games at this point.
It's because it's trending on Twitter, man, and they're going to push the promoted tweets to you.
Yep.
Now, what would be crazy if you said that, and I'm not saying this, that Nintendo, it was actually behind COVID-19 spreads that get people to stay inside and play Animal Crossing. That would be fucking crazy. It's not true, and I'm not saying that.
Crazy. But a bit crazy.
It's coincidental timing that everybody's on quarantine and lockdown. It's fantastic timing. I understand that. The game is not for everybody, but it is at the same time. It's a lot of fun. It's very slow, relaxing, at your own pace, mostly. I mean, because the game...
That's one of the things.
There are things where it's like, well, you got to wait now or...
Yeah,
time skipping is an option. It's frowned upon, and you shouldn't do it unless you're a monster. But it is an option. Just go fishing. Just go fishing and catch bugs instead.
That's why I have Nioh 2 and Animal Crossing.
You get all the stuff done, and then you go, "Hey, Eric, you want to play Nioh 2?"
Stuff done, I'll go play Nioh 2 and wait.
Yep. But
if I had, I do plan on getting Doom Eternal at some point.
I'm actually downloading Doom 2016 upstairs on my Xbox as we have this conversation because my son wants to check it out. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? You're 8. You're a man now. Sure, we'll play Doom.
But one of the things that really like draws me towards it is the fact that it's a very relaxing game. Mm-hmm. Like it's a very, very much just I exist in this world. There's no like huge story that's like drawing me in or immersing me. Is just my own interest in existence is making me want to play this game. But then on the other side, that makes me not really want to be interested in it is all of the waiting to have stuff built. Because I'll sit through a 5-minute load screen. I absolutely refuse. I absolutely hate it when a game tells me, "All right, well, come back tomorrow."
There's one thing that Goblin Brain over here is going to not like, and at the same time you might like part of it. That's the bug and fish collection. Because number one, I really wish they would have not shown that museum in any of the material leading up to the game's release. I wish they would have not shown the museum at all. Just show Blathers so people know that the museum's there, because people know that owl. And if you would have not shown the museum, people go in. When you see it for the first time on the Switch versus how it was on New Leaf, how it was on the GameCube, holy fuck, that museum is remarkable and impressive. It is huge. And the way they set up the aquarium for you to go through the tunnels and everything, and the way they set up the bug section, it's so cool. But filling up the aquarium and the museum and, of course, the fossils, that was my big thing when I was younger, and as an adult that's my big thing now. Referencing your Goblin Brain, knowing what collectibles you're going to get, that's where I think it might throw you, because it's not like in Red Dead where you know where these things are. You don't have a list of them. You got to fill out that catalog of things that you don't know what it is. And when you're going out fishing, you don't know what you're going to catch, right? You don't know that this is in this water, this is in this water. You don't know what bugs go where, etc. It's a lot more randomized. Now, I say that, and there probably is somebody who's broken out a fucking spreadsheet. Oh no, this only goes here and this time from this time and this weather.
It's been what,
because
4 days?
Somebody's probably Stardewed the fuck out of this.
I mean, because already, like when you look at their information on your phone, when you look at the Creaturepedia, it tells you what months and what time periods and where they can be found. And trust me, I don't mind that because my museum's being built right now, which means I cannot give him any more things until it's done.
Yeah.
My inventory is full of new things that I need to give him.
Just set it outside. It doesn't go anywhere.
Well, I know, but I don't trust it because I had them out there for a minute and I'm like, nope. I know it's gonna be fine, but I don't trust it. Someone's gonna. They're going away. But like,
I saw that guy on my Ring video doorbell. Like, he's coming to steal my bugs.
Yeah, he's the kind of guy who saves his game twice.
And you can't in this one.
Yeah. Save and end. Go back in. Save and end.
Start it and save it again. No, because that would defeat the purpose of saving it the first time. But because one of since New Leaf, I was like, oh shit, you can collect shit and whatnot and give it to Blathers, because in that one there's a museum and you can give them fossils and bugs and shit. But I've been doing that once I'm done with stuff, I'm like, what mild points can I get right now? Collect bugs. All right, well I'm gonna go look for different bugs or. Collect fish. I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna go fishing for a while and see if I can get anything. Obviously, I know all of the fish that are in my area right now that I can get at the certain times of day that I have played, which has really been from 3 to 6, so not much.
Yeah.
I haven't played early morning and I haven't played at night yet. And I know tarantulas and moths and all that stuff comes out at night. But when I was on the different islands today, I was fishing and all of this. I would go down the coastline and fish until I would get repeats and go, okay, I think I've collected as much as I can, or I've collected all of the unique ones that I can. Would go to a pond there, fish until I'm like, all right, I'm pretty sure this big size one is only going to give me these 2 each time I do it. All right, I'll stop fishing for those little ones. They're only going to give me these 3 if I do it. All right, cool. Go to a pond and on this new island that I'm visiting just for a second. I'm like, all right, cool. I think I've fished everything that I can out of here, and then went back. That's when I was putting them away because I have the upgraded inventory, so I can hold a lot of shit. So I'd go put them away right in front of the place and then go and then come back. So I know that they'll stay there, but right before I finished, I was like, I probably won't be playing this game again until tomorrow.
Put them in my house.
I had some in my house first too. So I was like, I'm just going to grab them all.
If only
I'm going to go back to my house.
if only there was some kind of storage container that you could craft and then place where you want it to go for organization.
Technically, you don't have to because
when you're in your house, you can just put stuff.
Well, nothing gets deleted outside. Whatever you put out there stays, and that's the fish, the bugs, everything. Whatever you put down, it stays. Which this is the first game that allows you to do that, and it's remarkable how loose they are with it. Because it's put whatever you want wherever you want. But in your house, if you go to your inventory and hit A on any item, it says put down, drop, place in storage. Your house automatically comes with storage spaces. So there's places to stay. That's what I do with all my building materials. I take it in there, and dump it down. But the game is a lot of fun.
I'm very weird when it comes to collecting animals or something like that, because there are games that are well, this goes bad or they'll leave or go away. So I'm like, no, if they're on my person, that's the best spot for them.
I will say that because I'm about to negate myself. Usually I'll just put shit anywhere. Usually in my house or whatever. But I don't have a problem setting stuff outside and leaving it. I caught an oarfish, which is a 1 in 1,000 drop in the water. I caught that shit yesterday, and I'm like, nope, we're sleeping on this, buddy. You're staying with me now. Because the store was closed. It was 10:30 at night. I have Nook's Cranny, the actual shop now, and it closes at 10. And I can go put it in the bin outside and sell it. But I know I want to give it to the museum because the museum opened today. And I'm like, nope, you're going to come stay in my house. So I go in, I drop it, expecting the fish tank. No, it's a fucking swimming pool. It put a gigantic swimming pool in my house and with a 10-foot long fish in the pool. And I'm like, holy fuck. And then when I took it to the museum, it's really funny because he doesn't really fit in the tank at the museum. He's not like horizontal. He's standing up at an angle, like to fit in the tank. And I'm like, you look so much more comfortable in the swimming pool at my house. I feel like I betrayed you, giving you to Blathers. But I
can't wait for my museum to open because I've also got like 5 or 6 fossils that I need him to fucking appraise.
I put them all in storage in my house.
I was like, oh my God, I can't talk to him. Because when I had 2 fossils on me, and one of them pushed it over the limit, so he started the build.
Mm-hmm.
So he couldn't take my other fossil, but he could appraise it. So I have one appraised one, and then like 5 other ones that need to be appraised and be given. I'm like, oh my God.
Yep.
I'm tired of I'm tired of looking at my storage and going, there's a bunch of fossils that I really wish I knew what they were.
Yep. And then I took them all in there, just batch appraised them. My kids were excited to get it. They got it Friday night. And they were super excited to get it and play it. We're playing through the following day. And they're like, Dad, come check out my island. Dad, come check out my island. All right, cool. So they invited me to their islands before they got shovels. And I'm like, you made your first tactical error here, buddy. Because I've got a pole so I can bounce over your rivers. And I've got a shovel so I can dig up all your holes. And like I'd walk through, see the little cross, and be like, all right, dig in here. And I'd take out the fossil. So I stole all the fossils from both my kids' islands on the first day that they had, or like the first time we played the game together. And they're like, Dad, those are ours. You got to leave them. I'm like, no, fuck you. I bought the game. This is taxes. I'm like, I'm taking all this back. And that's exactly what I did. And I ended up getting like 2 or 3 duplicates because I'll always donate to the museum first. Mm-hmm. And then I'll sell a duplicate. And that's what I asked Courtney to do. And in the very next breath, after I asked her that, she's walking through the museum. I'm like, is that a T-Rex head? She's like, yeah. I'm like, where did you get that? She's like, I found it today and I gave it to the museum. I'm like, you dumb as fuck. That's like $25,000 right there you could have sold. She's like, you said give it to the museum. I'm like, I know you did the right thing, but if it was me, I would have sold that thing. Like, I'll find another one later. No, I got to pay off this loan. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm having fun with it, and it'll keep me good on my quarantine for the next 2 weeks until Final Fantasy VII comes out.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Yep, because that's real close. So, all right, closing thoughts, Eric.
I want to play Nioh 2 some more.
All right, we'll go home.
Me,
Josh.
I want to play Nioh 2 some more. Actually, I want to play both Animal Crossing.
Are you playing Animal Crossing during cutscenes for Nioh too? Because I swear that's what it feels like sometimes.
So a long time ago, when I first got my Majora's Mask 3DS, it was the first DS I had ever owned. The last portable Nintendo console I owned was a Game Boy Advance. Mm-hmm. So the Majora's Mask edition came out. And I'm like, you know what? Majora's Mask is my favorite Legend of Zelda. I'm getting that. And I bought Majora's Mask with it, obviously, and I eventually got Smash Brothers for it and Ruby, yeah. And I don't remember what game we were all playing together, but the whole apartment was playing a game together, and I just got my 3DS, so it was my new shiny, and I wanted to have it. I wanted to use it. So in between, like, cutscenes and loading screens and anyone like messing with their inventory or character creation or whatever game we happen to be playing, I'd be like, I would literally have it sitting right next to me, and I'd give it a second. Okay, he's going to be a couple minutes.
Goddamn convenient gaming.
Yeah.
The Switch unlock has spoiled the shit out of me. Like I go right back into whatever I'm doing, no matter what time.
Yeah.
So like, I mean,
there are times I've like pulled my Switch off the dock or just like switched over to the channel that my Switch is on, and started up and hit the button to open up to what I think is going to be the home screen, and I realized I never stopped playing this game.
Nope.
Whoops. I just put it in sleep mode and put the controller down.
Now it's like that every morning when I go to play, because for some reason my wife plays video games at night. Whenever I go on to play something in the morning, like I'll turn it on. Like, she never turned off Animal Crossing. I guess it's still going. She never turned off Pokemon. It was still going. But all right. Well, with all that said and done, we appreciate you guys joining us this week for Hard at Play here on Roommates Gaming. Again, you can watch us every other Friday on YouTube or on Facebook. catch us on Instagram, Twitter, all that good shiz. We do put up our audio on all podcast platforms. I'm not going to list them out because it's exhausting. And please, if you're not already there, join our Discord. There is a link below in the description. Jump in, talk to us for a bit, throw some things around. We bullshit a lot, and it is a lot of fun. Again, I'm your host, Justin. This is Josh. That was Eric. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Hi guys, I'm Justin from Roommates Gaming. Thanks for watching our video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And check out this other fun stuff that we made. Simple enough.